What's up, guys? LQ back with the LQ review, and I want to talk a little bit about a movie that I saw on Amazon Prime called Nintendoquest. So this is a documentary about a younger guy, probably in his 20s, who is into retro gaming, and he decides to go try to collect every single Nintendo original NES game that has ever been made, and there's like 200 and some odd games, in 30 days, not using the internet. And there was a couple rules in there, but the big one was you couldn't order online. You had to be shopping in person, and so he had a limited budget, and he had to kind of travel the United States in 30 days looking for every NES game that had ever been made. So I don't usually talk a lot about documentaries like this because there's not much you can say as far as reviewing a documentary. So I mean, yeah, you can, but it's not going to be terribly interesting. This show hooked me. This show hooked me. I mean, this documentary hooked me, and it's because I was a child of that era. I grew up playing NES games. The Legend of Zelda. I spent hours playing that game with my dad. Super Mario Brothers. I remember when The Wizard came out, and I learned about Super Mario Brothers 3 because of The Wizard. I remember when I first brought Super Mario Brothers home, Super Mario Brothers 3 home. That was like the greatest thing in the world. Putting that cartridge in that stupid game, and Super Mario Brothers 3. So it was like I was on this adventure with this guy. I was reliving the games that I played as a kid as he was buying them. Battletoads. When he bought Battletoads, I was like, wow, how much time did I spend playing Battletoads? Turtles 2, the arcade game. The first Ninja Turtle game on NES. Just all these games that were so fantastic and so much fun. And what it was cool about it was it kind of gave you some insight into what games were kind of rare, what games are hard to come by, what games are just super plentiful that are real easy to come by. And there's actually some games out there that cost a small fortune. And you also got to see some of the collecting community, because the people that he visited, he didn't just visit shops, right? He didn't just go to retro gaming shop. Yeah, I've got a retro gaming shop right here where I live. So he didn't just visit those retro gaming shops. He also went to see collectors who was selling some of their collection. So seeing how some of these collectors treat their collection, the reverence that they treat their collection, just it was heartwarming. It was just absolutely heartwarming. So this I keep calling him kid. Like I said, he's in his 20s, I'm sure, but he goes on this adventure where he almost makes it, guys. He almost makes it, and it's fun to see him in these stores and buying video games in such bulk that the sellers are willing to give him price cuts. Buying Nintendo games for a couple bucks here and there. I mean, it was just a lot of fun. It was really educational as far as how much these games are worth now, and I just really enjoyed watching it. Nintendoquest, guys, I'm telling you, you should check it out. Especially if you were a gamer from the 80s and early 90s, you need to check out Nintendoquest on Amazon Prime. I think you'll enjoy it, and I don't think you'll regret it. So, I'm LQ. This is the LQ Review. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. And as always, I appreciate you being here, where we talk about all of the geeky, nerdy stuff that we love to talk about. Until next time, we'll see you later.